Guys, one prompt, 300 AI agents deployed, and a deliverable that would have taken me weeks done in just a few minutes. Kimi just launched K2.6, and my personal favorite part of this launch is Agent Swarm. They already have Kimi Code, and now with Agent Swarm, you could deploy up to 300 AI agents in one prompt. And why I love this beyond most other things out there is you don't need to be a senior developer or an IT professional to use this. Anyone can access this today. So I am going to show you everything with the 2.6 update, Agent Swarm, what changed from 2.5, the real outputs, and how to get access. Let's get into it. Now, before we dive in, I am so excited to say that I have partnered with Kimi on this video. Click that first link down below and you can get started with Kimi today. Now, before we get into the features, we do need to break down what is Kimi. If you've never heard of it before, Kimi is the flagship AI assistant from Moonshot AI. This is a Beijing-based research lab, and they just released K2.6, a 1 trillion, you heard correctly with a T, trillion parameter open source model that is benchmarking at the top of real world agentic coding tasks. Now that's a lot of words to say it is one of the best models out there. Plus, it is one of the most cost effective as well. Now, on the gold standard for AI performance, SWE-Bench Pro, measuring actual engineering work, this model is state of the art. And on other tests, the AI was able to complete real tasks and not just answer questions. And that puts it right along GPT-5 and Claude Opus 4.6. And the craziest part about this is the model was built for less than $5 million. That is honestly insane. So compared to other models, Kimi is insane. And K2.6 ships with 4 capabilities. I'm gonna run through all of them for you now, and we're gonna go deep on my favorite one, which is gonna be Agent Swarm. Let's start with this first new addition, Kimi Code. This is Kimi's answer to Claude Code, and this tool is gonna run directly in your terminal. So if you're a developer or you run a technical team, this is the one you're gonna care about the most. In a document test, K2.6 ran for 13 continuous hours, executing over 1,000 total calls and made over 4,000 plus code modifications, and extracted 185 throughput improvement from an already optimized financial system. It can handle Rust, Go, Python, front-end, DevOps, not just the easy stuff. And compared to the previous version, it could actually get there with 35% fewer steps. Now, if you want me to do a full breakdown walkthrough of getting set up with Kimi Code, drop a comment down below so that I could get it set up for my next video. Next, let's talk about vibe coding and building websites. All you do is describe what you want, a landing page, product page, a portfolio, and Kimi is gonna build it. You could also start with one of the pre-built templates, but you will generate real designs, scroll animations, full stack authentication with a built-in database. It pulls images in, will do video generation automatically to build the visual assets that you need. So before you spend thousands of dollars on website design, you may want to try this first, and that is coming from someone who spent a decade as a website designer. Third, let's talk about Agentic Slides. One prompt and you could get a complete slide deck. Just select adaptive mode and you could describe what you need and it'll build it. Just like Gamma, but it is gonna run on a different model. It's gonna be quick, clean, and get it done for you. And now I've just run through 3 of these brand new aspects in 2.6. But what's interesting here is you could also run multiple agents simultaneously right now. Kimi Code, Agent Swarm, Agentic Slides, all running in parallel if you want. And that's the beauty of the architecture that 2.6 is built on. All right, now my favorite part, Agent Swarm. So with Agent Swarm, you could deploy up to 300 sub-agents simultaneously, coordinated across up to 4,000 steps, all from a single prompt. And that means that you don't need to assign roles, you don't build the workflows, you just type what you need and the model reads it, figure out what needs to happen to go from A to Z, and it will build the team and run it completely autonomously. Now, if you're in the AI world, you're probably hearing stuff like this pretty regularly, but let's just pause for a moment. This is like hiring 300 people for a research team who work in perfect parallel with no HR team, and they are all immediately available to get started right now. So I want to show you this in practice, and I want to walk you through exactly what this looks like. Now, as you take a look at my screen here, before I show you some of the use cases I've done, I just want to show you a little bit of how this works. First of all, you have Agent Swarm on the left-hand side of your menu right here, and then from there, you see Agent Swarm is selected. Now, down here, you're going to see different models, but again, this is where Agent Swarm is selected. And then you could see it says large scale search, long form writing, or batching tasks. So that will allow you to dream up whatever you want to get done with Agent Swarm. Now, the first thing I ran was I told it I want to find a job. So I gave it the specs. I gave it the background, ideally what the pay is, what I'm looking for, that it's remote, all of this in just 2 to 3 sentences right here. Now, I'll show you some of the process sped up so you could see what's happening. But as you can see, there's a ton of agents that are getting deployed. And basically 20 to 23 minutes after I sent that initial prompt, I had my output. And you could see it created files, it created skills, it executed terminal, it did searches, it started to deploy sub-agents. It had phases of work. Literally, it's insane. And so in this case, it deployed 12 parallel research agents and executed 240 plus independent searches. Then it came back with a bunch of information of the best jobs and opportunities for specifically what I was looking for with this document. From there, I honestly just asked it to do 1 or 2 other changes to the document itself, but the research was credible, it was accurate and helpful. The next step would be for me to ask it to write a cover letter for every one of the roles that I actually want to apply to. But basically, from one prompt, I was able to get everything I needed. Now, let me show you another example. I asked Agent Swarm to research brands that I could potentially work with and come back with a list of 300. And this time I got a little bit fancy. I just went into my normal chat experience and said, hey, I want a very specific output here that's gonna include all the details that I'm gonna need to be able to reach out to the brands. But this is what I'm looking for: the type of brand, the audience fit, deal criteria, and if they have an affiliate program. And as you can see here, I asked it to generate it in a way that would make it really easy for me to see these brands listed out. So I went for this like schema markup look and feel, where it's looking for the company name, website, affiliate program if it exists, and then what the link is, as well as understanding what the commission structure is, cookie duration, and confidence. And again, just mind you, I did not type that out. I just asked Kimi to generate it, and it generated it for me. And as you can see, this is a very advanced prompt in terms of there's just a lot of information here, research steps, all of that. Again, I just asked the AI to generate this initial prompt, and it got to work. Now, in the process, the same thing happened. It created a ton of sub agents. You could see my sponsorship researcher here. You could see Luis with a task of research linear for sponsorship potential, and then continuing with more and more agents. I love that they all have little images and names. And then it's going through all the major brands. And now it built this swarm architecture reusable for 200 companies. As you could see, the whole breakdown here of what it's gonna look like, and now how it's gonna take next steps up until this final deliverable. Now take a look at this, and you might notice something. I did ask it for 300, but what I did say as well was only show me the first 5 to make sure we're on track, and if we are, we'll then deploy for the rest, the other 295. And as you can see here, it was pulling up exactly what I needed. So it was showing me the priority score, fit score, estimated deal size, affiliates, creator program, and everything I needed to know. And then down here, there was even more details about every single brand. And I loved it, and there were no edits for me. So I said, great, I love this. Can you now put out a swarm of agents to do this for 300 companies? And by and large, it did it. It compiled 300 companies, did all the work for me, saved me a ton of time. And now let's take a look. This is the list of the 300 companies that it has organized for me. Take a look at all the companies. It did all the research for me, grabbed the URLs, grabbed everything I need to understand what their affiliate program looks like and what potential sponsorship could look like, with a lot more information as well. It also gave me the top 50 companies which it thinks are the best opportunities for my channel. And all of this was generated with 2 prompts. And that is only the beginning. You could also upload 40 PDFs, 40 documents that will get processed simultaneously and that will get synthesized into a 200-word research report. Or upload a resume and it could find 100 matching roles, write 100 customized applications, and deliver them in one run. Or find 30 local businesses with no websites, generate 30 high converting landing pages, all in a single session. It could also produce PDFs, spreadsheets, slides, decks, websites, and do it all simultaneously. So think of it this way, because the possibilities are endless. You could have a research team, a content team, a development team, all compressed into one prompt. And think about what that actually means for your life. If you're looking for a job, you're not gonna have to spend weeks or hours manually scrolling. If you're buying a house, you could do a full market analysis to understand the neighborhood, comps, to understand appraisals and values in the neighborhood, the school district, everything you need to know. Making a big business decision, you could run the research before the meeting. And in my opinion, this is where it is the biggest opportunity for the average consumer. You don't need to be an enterprise level customer to get this. You don't need to be a developer to understand this. And you could get started today through their website. And so if you are ready to get started with Agent Swarm, head to kimi.com/Agent Swarm. It's part of their pro plan, and you can get started with the first link down below in the description. Which is going to lead me to talk about pricing. First and foremost, Kimi is free to try at kimi.com. No credit card required, and there's no commitment. You could access the chat, the website builder, the research tools, and get a real sense of what the model can do before you spend $1. But for the full capability set, including Agent Swarm, you'll want to upgrade to at least the Pro plan. Their Pro plan starts at $31 a month when you pay annually, or $39 a month when you pay monthly. Personally, I'm on their premium plan, which they also call their Allegro plan, and that starts at $79 a month. Now, who is this for? If you are running a business and currently paying for multiple separate AI tools, something for chat, something for coding, something for slides, and something for web, Kimi is going to help you consolidate a lot of that into one tool. Now, who is this perfect for? I think what I love about this model and the setup is that it makes a lot of really powerful tools accessible to anyone. And so if this is where we're starting, this is a great starting point to learn how Kimi works, to set up your Kimi Claw, to use Kimi Code, to build out Agentic Slides, and to deploy Agent Swarm. In my opinion, Kimi 2.6 is one of the most capable open source AI stacks available right now for business operations. And if you are going to use their API for your model, maybe you're running local machines, this is a very capable model, and it competes with the best closed source systems on the market today. If you're ready to get started, use that first link down below. And hey, if you got value from the video and you want more content like this, consider subscribing. If you have any questions, use the comments. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.